Hey, what's up, everybody? I got my man and my roommate and my friend, Mr. Daniel Charles Weeks with me.
That's my full name.
Oh yeah, it is. And today we are going to have a little bit of a video interview for Dale's class, FDOM, hashtag FDOM17 today.
I don't think you have to say that in the video.
Well, you know what? We're saying it anyways.
All right, I'll say it too. FDOM, hashtag F. Ooh, that guy's gonna hit us.
Go. Okay. And as you can tell, we're in a moving car. And to be more specific, my moving car, a 2013 Scion FRS base model, or as it's known internationally, the Toyota GT86. And you might be wondering, why are we in a moving vehicle doing an interview that's probably really stupid? Well, first of all,
it is really stupid.
You need your seatbelt on.
That's true.
And second of all, it is very stupid. And thirdly, it's probably not the best place for an interview, but my whole blog is about cars, so why not have the blog post and the interview about cars in a car? And this interview is gonna be a little different. We actually have Daniel here, who doesn't own a sports car. He owns a, what do you own?
I own a Toyota Tundra that is older than I am.
What year is it?
Whatever year before I was born.
So you own a 97 Toyota Tundra?
98.
A 98 Toyota Tundra.
Do you not know my birth year?
No, I do not.
In the beginning of this video, you said we were friends. I'm starting to question that.
Okay, anyways. So our video interview, Daniel doesn't own a sports car here, but he's getting into it.
Yes.
By me, and he actually is wanting to make a purchase of a sports car as his next vehicle.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about what, sports cars, JDM, car culture means to someone who's like looking on the outside into the window of all of this. So to start off with, Mr. Daniel.
Yes.
What type of car are you looking for?
I am looking for preferably a Nissan 350Z. They're really cool. They're pretty fast, and they're very cheap because I don't have a lot of money.
And what drew you towards a specific Nissan 350Z?
You actually, because I kind of made a really specific, I would like a car that is indestructible, and it looks nice, and it's fast, and that's awfully pretty vague, but you just kind of pulled out Nissan 350Z. So I looked it up on this website called Car Gurus, where you basically find used cars and stuff for people who don't have a lot of money, like me.
That's where I found my car also.
Yep, and I found a 350 that's in the KD area, which is where I live, and I was like, wow, this thing's perfect. It looks really cool, and yeah, I kind of want to go for it. So I started learning stuff about the general culture, like engines and stuff, and yeah, I'm just kind of going through the education with you as my unfortunate mentor.
Oh, unfortunate. Well, at least you got someone that's your friend that can teach you.
Yeah.
But more specifically, why did you want to get a sports car and something that was Japanese? Because I mean, you could have just got another truck, or you could have just got a little sedan. But why did you want a sports car?
Well, after you drive a truck for a long time, you kind of start to feel like an elephant, I guess, is how to put it. You just take up a lot of space. It's loud. It's obnoxious. It's like parking is the equivalent of like doing some sort of exotic calculus problem while blindfolded and being tasered by a crazy man. It's just hard, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, there's really no use for me to have this thing. It guzzles gas really quickly, and sports cars genuinely don't. They take up less space, more aerodynamic, and I don't know. I want to be able to actually be able to. I can't think of anything, so we'll cut it off at the gas part.
You actually want to be able to drive fast and have a fun time for friends, and take a girl out in a vehicle that isn't going to take millennia to park by the time you guys get to the restaurant?
I guess you can say that, yeah. Sounds like a deal.
Yeah. Well, what drew you towards like a Japanese sports car?
Because I have a Japanese truck, and I think it's pretty well known the fact that most Japanese manufactured cars just last forever. Like, obviously my truck is older than I am, and it still runs like it's brand new. Like, these things are pretty much indestructible. Like, they can last until the end of the time, and that's ideal personally for me. I was originally looking towards like a German car, but those things are so expensive to repair, you might as well just buy a new car every time you slightly damage your German car. But that's not the case for Japanese, so it's like just an overall convenience.
Well, like the reason you said German car, and the reason why German cars are so expensive to fix, it's not because they're bad, but it's because the German design, everyone's always heard like, oh, it's a German car, it's a German design, and they are overly complicated, but they are very nice cars. It's just the fact they're overly complicated. For like example, if you get a BMW and have an engine problem, it's
your
always
life is over. Yeah,
pretty much. It's always not so straightforward. Let's pop the hood and you get down right to the nitty gritty. You have to take off different elements of that car to get into. It's basically, it's a longer process.
And you have to sell your kidney to be able to afford it. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that since it's German made, the parts aren't as readily available as, like, say, a Toyota like mine. If I need a brand new engine, you can easily find a brand new one, slap that bad boy in.
That bad boy in.
But so the 350Z, like, what if you get a 350Z, what do you want to do with it?
Drive it.
Besides drive it, do you have any like plans? Would you want to mod it like I've modded my FRS?
I mean, if I was smart enough to learn about that kind of stuff, which I inevitably will, I would probably make some customizations on it. Yeah.
Because I mean, like Marcus, he's been in another video interview of mine. Marcus, he has a newer model of the Z, the 370, but he, on the other hand, wants to keep it all completely stock and resell it, and never wants to mod anything because he doesn't want the resale value. Do you care about that aspect of reselling it, or do you ever even want to resell your car once you get a sports car?
I'm not too worried about that, because I know for a fact if I get a 350, the sell price is going to be dirt, because already the buy price is not even 10,000 bucks. So like if I sell it again, it's going to be like $4, and I don't really need $4 unless I want like, you know, half of a Subway sandwich or something, and that's not a good trade for a car. So I might as well keep the thing, and when it becomes useless, I'll give it to you so you can eat it for breakfast or whatever you do.
Oh, I can mod it and do what I want to it?
Yeah, sounds like a deal.
Sounds great.
Toyota.
Oh yeah, just the Toyota passed by. So, okay, we talked about what you want and everything, but out of all your friends though, how many of them drive a sports car?
One.
And who is that?
You.
So, since you're riding actually in my sports car right now, what do you think of my car, and would you ever consider getting like an FRS/86?
It's shit.
Okay then.
Kidding. Actually, you're the first car that I like genuinely looked at and wanted to know more about was this one, because when I first rode in it, I think you remember when we first rode in together, I was like, wow, this thing is really nice. It feels a lot better than my truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything feels better than my truck. I'm sure a Prius feels better than my truck, but this feels like way better, significantly better. So now this is the first one that I was drawn to because it looks nice. I like the red. I guess I have a sucker for red because my truck is also red.
Yeah.
You're going over the speed limit, buddy.
That's okay. And the buses also.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, this is in terms of a good stepping stone for me becoming a nerd about this kind of thing. The FRS was a very good first step.
That's good. You said about my car. So my car, you said my car is actually really comfortable, and like my car is only base and it only has the bare minimum features. Yet it's sad that it's still more comfortable than your truck.
Yeah, well, it's a truck.
But okay, if you besides an FRS/86, would you consider any other type of sports car?
There aren't like too many. Like on like I don't really have a list or comprehensive list or anything like that. But as a child, I always wanted to be the douchebag and have a Viper, and like every once in a while, I'll look at them and be like, wow, those things are still pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like, if I was to end up with some sort of Viper, you can punch me in the face, but B, that'd also be really cool.
Well, would it turn you off to the Viper any bit if I told you they don't have traction control. The old models don't have traction control, and you will probably throw it off a cliff. I'll put a video, a link to video, and probably a clip of the video of some guy throwing it off a cliff because he doesn't have traction control. Would that scare you in any bit?
I think life is already too short to begin with, so you might as well just tamper with fate while you're at it.
That's going on a shirt. That's pretty good. I'll say that whenever I die in my car. But besides that, because I just mentioned about the Viper not having traction control and everything. If you get a sports car, you know, that's going to be a whole lot different than driving a truck.
Oh, really?
Yes. But do you think, like, how would you say your driving, like, skill is and, like, overall being a driver is?
I'm pretty good. But I mean, sometimes I ride on the fact that I have a big old bulky truck and I can kind of bully people out of my way if they're being annoying.
Yeah.
Which I won't exactly be able to do that if I have a sports car, but like I do consider myself a very good I do consider myself a very good driver though.
You said something about manual. In your sports car, would you consider getting a manual ever and trying to learn that? Because in car culture, it's not highly frowned upon if you drive like an automatic sports car. Because don't get me wrong, like the Lamborghinis and Ferraris, those are automatics with the manual mode with paddle shifters, because you know they don't want people destroying their cars. Because the rich people that get them don't know how to drive manual. And I drive an automatic that can be put in a manual. But would you consider getting one just to be like more of like, ooh yeah, I'm up above with the guys that drive manuals in car culture? Or would you just be fine with an automatic?
Honestly, I thought about it for a while, but I think I'd be cool with automatic because I don't want to have to go through another learn. I just want to be able to pick it up and be like, yes, this is my car now, instead of like, I don't know, because I don't feel like, unless I get it over the summer, well, even then I'll be working probably. So unless I have a lot of free time on my hands, I don't feel like I'll have the mental like patience to sit down and teach myself to do this. Because I know I could teach myself. It's just going to take time and
more time.
Yeah, and like I said, life is short, so you might as well tempt fate.
But even if you did get a manual, do you have anyone to teach you? That's the bigger issue. Or do you think you can learn yourself?
I have a weird thing. I enjoy teaching myself things more because I feel like I learn it better. Though, like if someone was just like text me and say, "Hey, dummy, you're supposed to do this, not this," that'd be nice, and I'll probably obviously be you, but like or Hannah or whatever. But like if I was to do anything like that, I'd try to teach myself. It wouldn't go well, but I'd do it.
Yeah, no. And then besides the obvious stuff, what like things you actually know about cars? Anything? I can comfortably say that I am a toddler in this world. That's good. Hey, but we all start somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Because even me, I've liked cars ever since I was little. I'm still learning. Like I just wrote a blog post recently about what a rotary engine is, and I learned completely what that is. And before I told you anything about that, because he has to listen to me talk about my stuff, because we do live together
all the time.
But did you, like, even if I didn't ever tell you that, did you even know there's any different types of engines, or do you think they all just ran the same?
I knew there were different types of engines, because that's like a truck engine, not going to be the same as a sports car engine.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't know a rotary existed. Like, I didn't know that there was something that spun around and looked like a little piece of broccoli. Seems like the most inconvenient thing in the world, but that's just me.
Okay. So besides me trying to get you into cars, has anything else in your life influenced you in like cars in general and like car culture and stuff like all that? Or was it just recently that you started getting like a feel for like, oh, I'm into cars?
I mean, it all started when my parents died in a car crash at the age of 7.
Oh, nifty.
No, I literally, like, I didn't give a hoot at all until you were like, hey, Daniel, get into cars. I'm going to talk about it even if you aren't into cars, so you might as well get into cars. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I don't really have a choice now. And then I got into it, and I kind of like it.
Well, car culture, I think, is something that, like, it's something everyone can get into, and it's something everybody can, like, get a feel for. Not everyone's going to have the same, like, for anything, not everyone's going to have the same knowledge of it, but it's something that, like, anyone can get into, no matter, you know, where you come from. There's a giant wing on a TC back there. What the heck was that? Okay, anyways, it's something that anyone can get into, no matter your ethnicity, your culture, where you're from. Cars is something
going to Wimberley?
I don't know. It's just where I decided to go. It's a nice little Sunday drive, isn't it?
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Ah!